All right, I'll leave it on that one. Look at her. Blair St. Clair.
Oh.
I declare.
Now, you knew her before Drag Race.
I did. I started drag in Indianapolis, and I was in Indianapolis until about 7 months until I went to Drag Race. I only moved to Chicago, then got on Drag Race. So I did drag in Indianapolis. She came on the scene after me, and she was a talented girl. She's nothing like the little girl that I knew in Indianapolis like now. She's truly grown up.
What was she like then?
Indianapolis was known as the pageantry boot camp. So we all, like, they pump it into you. She won Miss Gay Indiana, a title that I got first runner up to like 2 or 3 times, you know. But she was fortunate to win because I didn't do the pageant that year. She would have won or I would have got first runner up, you know, we don't know. But Blair did like pop music, splits, and dance. And now, like after that, she like, during her reign as Miss Gay Indiana, she branded herself to be like a Broadway baby. And then got on the show as a Broadway baby. So it's kind of like when I say to queens all the time, I was like, you know, they say all drag is valid. That may have some truth to it, but all drag ain't marketable. And so she knew in Indianapolis, you got the twirl, kit, split, you know, to make the money and to get the bookings, and that's what she did. And so, like, I'm glad that she's living like her full dream now.
What do you think of her run on All Stars so far?
Her run on All Stars has been good, but she's just been in the back. She's a quiet girl. I was hoping like that, you know, she was gonna really beast mode and come out her shell, you know. I think her runways have been a choice. There's a certain thing of being innovative, but there's a certain thing of just going way past the innovation mark. And I think her runways have been going way past the innovation marks, like the skin, and she chose to be pink, which is okay, but the creative thing is to, you know, show your skin and be beautiful in it.
Right.
Or even like the camouflage, and she came out, I guess, as a tree.
Yeah.
So that was like really weird to me, but that's just my opinion.
All right, it's a boot from
It was a boot.
Silky.
It wasn't a boot, maybe a moot. It was just like a
moot.
Yeah, just like
A mood. She felt it in her mode.
Okay, look at her. Oh, Iggy Azalea. Now, right after Drag Race, you did a big show with her. I remember that. I watched
did
it.
3.
3 of them?
Yes.
Tell me about Iggy and you.
I opened for Iggy 3 times last year for her shows. Once in New York, once in San Francisco, and once in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Wow, the Brazil show, sweetie.
Yes.
That's the gig.
No, it was not the gig.
No?
I'm convinced that I got coronavirus there before everybody knew what coronavirus was.
Ooh.
I am convinced. I had gotten terribly ill.
Really?
After the gig, and I stayed awake for 3 days because I thought that I was gonna die. And I was like, my mama, I don't need her trying to find my body. Like,
oh no.
I stayed awake for 3 days, but I was ill like everybody was, like harder breathing, like sweats. I had everything, and I went and saw 3 doctors after. I went and saw a doctor in Brazil, and they was just like, you have a cold. And I went and saw another doctor. They was like, you have food poisoning. And I saw another one. They was like, you got a respiratory infection that I've never seen before.
Wow.
So, she was a good girl. Iggy's a really good girl. Like, I think she appreciates my entertainment value.
Yeah. Because
each performance, I brought something completely different. In New York, I had backup dancers and everything. And San Francisco, I did a Whitney Houston medley in a gown and big ruffle coat, and she loved like that old school drag. She was like, it was so different. But she was like, I still had the audience intrigued. People know talent and they see it, and I think she saw it in me. I always challenged her on the mic. And other artists, major artists, like, don't use drag queens just for your personal gain. When we have issues, I need you to be on the forefront speaking up about it, and beyond Pride Month. So that was one of the things that I always spoke up on. And I'm glad that she did that, that she invited us to perform, and some girls with her music videos, and, you know, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you did that. You got the best gig, in my opinion. Opening for the huge crowd, that seems like it was fun.
It was fun because when I went to Brazil, she was like kind of gagged. I had more gifts. I took home more gifts from the fans. Like, she did a meet and greet. I wasn't even a part of her meet and greet. And the fans were giving me gifts. And she was like, what is this going on? She was like, you got more stuff than I got. They're really here for you. And I was like,
Look at her. The winner.
Evie Oddly.
Evie Oddly.
There's a few things I want to say about her. I love Evie to this day. To clear up everything, because people just think they seen the show. This show was 2 years ago.
Right.
Me and Evie fought on the show, but literally the next day when we was riding home, me and Evie, it was like 9:30 in the morning. We was at the airport. Me and Evie went to have cocktails at a bar. And we sat down and hashed out everything over tequila shots. And we hashed out everything. And it was just really a misunderstanding from being tired between us. And, you know, we both was trying to show our art and wanted the other to see. And it was just a whole bunch of different things. But it's one thing that I have to address, because like with the fandom, everybody said that I was mean for not talking to her, like when she was speaking to me. And I just want to say to everybody, when you don't with somebody, you don't with them. And I was in a competition, and I didn't with her. So a lot of you are out there being fake and phony, and you say you forgiving people, but you really don't, and you hold a grudge towards them. Why was I supposed to do that? For TV? Why was I supposed to, like, you know, because everybody say you was mean to Evie. I was like, when was I mean to her? She raised the dog out of me. You don't get the opportunity to go off for me and then say you apologize, and I'm supposed to, like, we're in a competition setting. And so when I did with her on the TV show, she was trying to give me that apology. I didn't even have to acknowledge her, because in my mind, like, to win this competition, I need you to be over there. So don't talk to me, don't speak to me. I ain't got to acknowledge you. If we got to work together, we'll work together. But that's what my thinking was and my thought process was. Nothing about me is fake and phony. And, you know, a lot of people talking about I was wrong for that, but how was I supposed to be wrong for not speaking to her when she read the dog out of me?
All right. Look at her.
RuPaul.
Mother herself.
Where's the lunch? Y'all got lunch for us today?
The Tic Tac lunch?
Uh-uh.
No, we got a RuPaul style
chicken?
lunch with Tic Tac.
I'm trying to divert from our actual conversation. You got lunch? Let me tell you, I love RuPaul. I know RuPaul is like in the limelight of getting a lot of heat right now because RuPaul has not spoken up about Black Lives Matter and have in the past wore a Confederate flag, like blackface. You know, I think drag for RuPaul is just fun, and she don't want to take it too seriously. And I've gotten into it with a lot of people about this because, you know, people be like, y'all Drag Race girls need to let go of y'all World of Wonder check and read RuPaul the Fifth. And when have World of Wonder sent me a check? Because I filmed 2 years ago, and we get paid by the episode. I ain't on no more episodes, bitch. So first off, and B, RuPaul is a black man himself, so you can't tell him how to speak up or out because we don't know the racism or the flaws that he experienced himself. Now, granted, he can make things better, and I do speak up on this. RuPaul could have made it a lot better and a lot easier for girls of color who have come through because RuPaul have seen us go through hell over the last 13 years. Look at Tyra Sanchez. What's happened to her is it's ridiculous. And it pains my heart. And I think at this moment, the only person that can fix that is RuPaul. Because we've had, like, RuPaul, Tyra don't do drag anymore. Like, you made her hate the drag. When Tyra was doing Drag Race, Tyra was a newcomer eating up pageants and came on Drag Race and ate that competition up. There's no denying that she won the competition, but I feel like RuPaul could say something, and I'm encouraging him and challenge him to say something, not to the effect of racism, but more of that shoulder and that support for all these queens of color that has gone throughout these years. Because you can do more in that sense, but I can't tell you how to because you are a black person, and to get RuPaul's Drag Race instead of any other person it could have been any other white person Drag Race, But it was RuPaul's Drag Race. We don't know what type of fights RuPaul went through. We don't know what kind of fights with arguments with the producers he could have gone through. I don't know any of that, so I can't speak for him as a black man, because RuPaul is essentially a black man that deals with his very own racism. But I can tell you right now is the time that your sisters, your daughters, your mothers, your people that look up to you need you for comfort. It's not even for racism right now. We need you for comfort. And that's something only you can do.
Well said, Silky. Cue imaginary audience to stand and applaud, but instead, me and Lady Wrenn will do it. Silky, thanks so much for being here. We love you.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much. I even put on my nails today for you.
Thank you.
Because I usually have acrylics, and somebody gave me these at a meet and greet, so I need to take a picture.
Okay,
Say
well,
thank you.
We'll document your beautiful nails, and you don't have to wear them again for months. All right, thanks to the beautiful Lady Wrenn, thanks to our crew, and thanks to all of you for watching at home. We'll see you next time on Hey Qween, and look at her.
Wait a minute.
Hit it.
Wait a minute. We got to say one more thing.
What? What do you have to say? Hold on, pause.
Pause it.
Cut the music. Cut the
Wait a
music.
minute.
Silky has one more thing to say.
One more thing to say, because I could not leave this show without acknowledging one very special person, and that's Mother Red.
Yes.
Lady Red, Mother Red. When I first moved to LA, she was one of the first people. I still got like your business card. And she gave me her business card. She's very professional. She wants to see the black girls grow no matter where you are. And that's something that we don't really have all the time. And sometimes we take that for granted. And I realize, like, I've kind of taken it for granted. You done gave me your business card and I got your business card. And I ain't called you, I ain't did nothing to check up on you. So I want to say thank you for what you do. And for me, queens like me, we got to do better. Make sure we check it up on our black entertainers, our black mothers, our black sisters, aunties, and we have to make sure that we are lifting each other up in this time.
Lady Wrenn, you're of course a treasure, a national treasure. And everybody at home, thanks for watching Hey Qween, and look at her. Hit it!
Again, the second time.
Look at her.
Can I end
Oh,
it one
shake
more-
them, Lady Wrenn. Uh-huh. Oh, they bounce. That's right. And Miss Silkies, they bounce. Look at her. Bye, baby. Now, camera, get out of here.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at her.
Hello, children. Click here. Click here. And subscribe. You're welcome.